Okay, boys and girls, got my coffee. Gonna do a quick update on Vanguard, something I promised at the weekend, but I'm still chuckling to myself because if you'd heard the conversation I've just had with that crazy cow that I live with.
Hey, I'm here.
What? Oh shit, she's still here.
I'm here.
Oh, bollocks, I thought you'd already gone downstairs. Yes? What, you want round two, do you?
Round two. You need to think. Engage the brain first.
Engage the brain? Well, at least one of us has one.
Well, you don't use it then.
Shut up. Okay. Start this again. I'll just get a coffee because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee and we'll do an update. And a warm welcome to one and all. I never script anything. I just come to camera and off we go. What you see is what you get. And that kind of happened today in our market call. It's when I go on Zoom live with the guys, and Thursday is general Q&A. We can ask whatever they want. We go on a chart, talk life, anything. And we're asking about the bias tool and one thing and another, and we went through all of that. And how X does not mark the spot, but it also led on to how you treat your accounts with respect, and that's what I want to talk about. If you look at the update I did at Vanguard last week, it was struggling somewhat. It dipped under 100,000, and I've now got it back, but there's another element to it that I want to show you, which is about building small accounts. So let me flick this over and you'll kind of be able to see it. Now, what you're looking at this moment in time is the Discord, and there we go, 10 pips a day keeps the job away. Brilliant. Now, a lot of people scoff at that number. I don't. I'm actually really proud of them. So well done, kid. You did really well. Although I still don't like you because you're a good looking little sod, and I'm not. But you do come from the north, so you're a good lad. No, you're doing well, son. You're doing well. I'm really proud of that. Now, as I was saying about market calls, there it is there. We all get together. We have a bit of a jing-jong. And as you can see in the one prior, it was chart related. Okay? So, salute to all of the guys. Where am I going with that? Little accounts. So, go see the other emerging count. Okay? And you'll have seen that I dropped it and I started it at 600 quid again and then build up. And all these little figures add up. Now that's my payment already for this month. So we're 5 days in and I'm already ahead of the target that I set. And I'm sitting with a profit of 115, giving me a take of 57. So where am I going with this? Well, if we look at this, this is where it started in September. Took some little bits of money out, so it's paying me. That 200 quid investment is now 1165 just on this. Now we've done this a few times through the year and you've seen me have holidays with it, okay? But what we decided, or we didn't actually, I decided because I didn't really need any extra money, was around this time I would put it into a single pot in an investment account and then grow that pot and show you it build up in real time. Okay, with me so far? Well, that pot was this one. And there we are in October. So we put 50 quid into it from like the MT5 harvesting that you've just seen, you know, September, October, just to get it going and move along and everybody's happy. So it's currently sitting, well, the last time I did the update was 8:30, but that changes on a daily basis. And I try to do it once a month, right? Where's the money coming from? Well, it's about farming your money. So all these little prop funds that you see, or the little account, bought a prop fund, a little prop fund, and that prop fund gives me like 300 quid a month. So the initial investment is put real money in, then you've used the real money to buy a prop, put that in. It's also funded a web trader, which I did cock up, by the way, and I'll probably not be getting any money out of that till January now. and then I do save the change. So every time you buy a cup of tea or something like that in the shop, the odd change gets put into an account. Well, that saved 49 quid, and collectively it became this. So it's working, making the money work for you. So from October to the beginning of December, it's got 830 quid in it from next to nothing. Okay, so how else can I show you something? Well, if we pull this, now I use a BlackBull Market for this because the leverage is good. I touched on the leverage in the last video, where every time I get it to a certain point, I drop the leverage down. That's so that I'm not killing the account. Big leverage is very dangerous to an account. Okay, it sort of, well, you could gamble. Let's put it that way. That's what it does. It gambles, or gives gambling tendencies. So lower the leverage. I was an advocate of ESMA when they dropped it down to 1 in 30. I thought it was a good idea. Slows you down. And if it slows you down, means you put the right position size on and the account stays. So if we go to this, there's the account now. So it's just the same. It's now up in the first week to 720. And let's have a look at what's happened. So let me just sort of, just click that. Right. So you saw me create the new account where we drop the leverage down, put 600 in it, and then here's all the transactions. Bish bash bosh. You know, there is red marks. I don't get it right all the time, but I get it right a lot of the time. All the way down, 120 quid. But look at this. The volumes are very small. If you're spread betting, that's 10 pence. In lots, 0.01. Works out about 10p, give or take. It's based on pound USD as the rule of thumb. Sometimes it's a bit more, sometimes a bit less, but if you have that in your head, you're fine. And then you just work on monetary amounts. And all these little amounts that people kick off about, well, they all add up. There's lots of them across the month. And what have they done? Well, they've made 120 quid. But here's the kicker. I said I would tidy up my Vanguard, and I have. So if I pull this into shot so you can see it, just make that bigger. We can look for the total investment is now 101,1687 because it's now self-fulfilling. And this journey started around 3 years ago, and we started with very little money and we built it up. Now it's over £100,000 in sort of 3 years. Now from that, I put the surplus into the ISA. I can get my hands on it when I choose, but I wanted to show you something inside it. So these are the tidy that I was talking about. I'm leaving a bond structure in, so every time the cash gets high, I'm going to dump it in here, or I'll dump it in there depending on how I feel. But more often than not, I'm going to dump it in here. I've chosen the V3MB emerging market because it's a global all cap. In other words, it's all of the emerging markets around the planet rather than on a singular one. So it takes into account South America, India, bits of Asia, all of it together, and it's cheap. So that's what I'm putting it in. So Save the Change goes in. That MT5 platform I've just shown you, I'm putting the profits in there. I've got a little web trader that it's now funded. I'm going to put that in there. And then sort of a small prop in there. Prop has paid for itself. I've had enough money out of it to cover the fees. I could blow that and my return on investment is massive. That's what this is all about. And that's now growing itself. So it's now at 835.87. So if I was to update that sheet, what did I just say that was? 835.87. So that's 835.87. There's the growth. It's already outperforming the bank. This will never be fully accurate. It's just a run of what I'm putting in. But you'll be able to see as I build this up how much goes in. So when we come to the end of this year, which basically probably next week, which is why I'm sort of running off. I don't do a lot in December. We'll be starting January with 835, and then we'll be able to track it right through and see where it ends in December in a year's time. but already I'm pleased with it, you know. So the moral of this story, well, it was just an update because I said I would do it, and there was a couple of guys interested, and when I was doing it at the weekend, I was in the process of moving funds around because I've taken my sort of S&P 500 out and various other bits and pieces and rolled it into a single asset that I can sort of watch over the next quarter. And it's paid off. It's doing quite well. And I want to keep it as simple as possible. Because it's a long-term growth, I don't really need to split the portfolio up too much. Just need a global market. That'll diversify itself. And then I wanted one that was main, and then just to see how far little accounts can push in a global market that you can see built from scratch. Well, you saw that start with the 50 quid, and it's now over 800 quid. And that was done since October. Little things matter, guys. Little things matter. So I'll cherish your thoughts. If you want to chat with me or whatever, just drop on my website, scruffytrader.com. You find all my contact details there. You'll also find various discounts on sort of some of the companies that I use. And if there's any updates, that's where it'll be. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.